Hello, everybody. Mike Molina here. Well, an inflation report out of the United Kingdom sends rates down a little bit, and a very interesting report from Redfin coming out showing why home buyers are waiting to buy their homes. Let's get into it right now. So first out, this inflation report coming out of the United Kingdom showed that inflation dipped below 2% for the first time in several years. This has had a positive impact on the market. Nothing dramatic, but it is directional. And so I just want to point that out. We didn't see a real translation to improvement in rates. Some, a little bit, but not very much. Rates are still holding at around 6.5% for a 30-year fix. You can see that since we had our high point in October of 2023 last year, which were nearly 8%, starting at about May, we've had a very steady run down. The past couple of weeks, we've had a couple of inflationary reports come out, some other things happening that have driven rates up slightly. That will turn around as inflation continues to come down. One way or the other, inflation is going to come down. The Federal Reserve has made that clear. And as we continue to see the Fed cut the Fed funds rate, we will also see mortgage rates drop as well. A report from the Mortgage Bankers Association yesterday showed that mortgage applications dropped a whopping 17% week over week. And of that, which is going to be a real concern to you, is the applications for home purchases sank by 7%. That is actually quite a lot. And there's something driving that that's very interesting. So according to a survey done by Redfin, 23% of buyers who are likely to purchase their home in the next year said that they're waiting until after the election. 26.1% said that they are waiting to see if Kamala Harris's housing affordability plan goes into effect, and 15.9% are waiting to see if Trump's housing affordability plan is enacted. And personal finances and timing are the most common reasons cited for delaying home purchase, with other reasons including future interest rate cuts, immigration policies, and affordable housing initiatives. I'm going to cover all three of these briefly in this video. If you want, I will. If you want to read the whole article for yourself, I'll include a link in the notes on YouTube, and it's going to be on a button on the email that I sent you. Let's talk about the proposed $25,000 federal down payment grant that is a part of Kamala Harris's overall economic plan. There's some parts about her housing economic plan that I really like and I think would be good, but this one is a huge miss. And I'm sharing this particular opinion with you because as you have your conversations with your prospects and clients, I think it's important to frame the narrative. So first of all, her plan for this $25,000 grant is going to add $3 trillion to the national deficit. We're already at some ridiculous number, so what's another $3 trillion? But that is a number, and it is unlikely because of that it's going to get approved by Congress. So I think it's a non-starter anyway, because I don't think that Congress is going to pass that. That seems to be the general consensus, but let's pretend that they do for a moment. If it does pass, it's going to have income limits. This is not a free-for-all for anybody to just get $25,000. This is going to be targeted towards underserved communities and demographics. And so like any good down payment assistance or grant program, it's going to have income limits. And down payment assistance programs have income limits based off of the area median income. And it's sort of restrictive, but down payment assistance that are actual grants, which is what this will be, are very restricted. The income ceilings are very low. So keep that in mind. So it's not going to be for everyone. The next issue is that it's a flat amount and it doesn't take into account median price. So homes in West Virginia or Ohio, where the median price is somewhere around 150 or 160,000, $25,000 for a down payment is going to be a lot. But in other states, like let's take California or Utah, where the median price point of homes is significantly higher and the area median income is significantly higher, $25,000 is not necessarily going to be a whole lot. And not only that, there's already in every single state a lot of great down payment assistance programs that are in place and are based off of both the area median income, meaning that the income limits are fair for the area and also address the issue of median price. And they are also based off of the need for minimum down payment requirements for mortgages. What I'm trying to say is, if you want to get an FHA loan, we all know that the minimum down payment is 3.5%, right? 3.5% for a minimum down payment in Ohio, where the price is $150,000, is going to be a lot less in dollars than 3.5% in California, where a starter home is around $700,000. Now, the down payment assistance program in California, which is awesome, it recognizes that, and it gives the down payment based off of percentage, not just a flat dollar figure. So in that regard, I think that is a serious flaw with the program. And when we're concerned about trying to make it fair and equitable, as the word of the day is, that seems to go against that. So take that for whatever you will. The other problem is that the more down payment that a buyer puts into the home when acquiring it, the less likelihood there is of delinquency and foreclosure. That is something that has been studied to ad nauseum. And there's a nice little line: lower down payment is high delinquency and foreclosure. And the more skin in the game you have, the higher your down payment, the delinquency and foreclosure rate drops off. Grants, which are basically zero out of pocket and zero skin in the game, have the highest delinquency and foreclosure rates of all. And so that will eventually cause delinquencies and foreclosures to increase, which will then, of course, lower home values. That is exactly what happened in 2009. So when the housing market was slow, the government decided to give a $8,000 tax credit, and then everybody rushed out and bought all these homes. Homes went up, but then they were ill-equipped to pay for them. And then we saw delinquencies and foreclosures, and everybody knows the story there. So for these reasons and many others, I don't think that this is something worth holding out for. That's why I share this information with you. I'm not here to comment on Kamala Harris's housing plan. I'm just commenting on this one particular thing in regards to how it affects us as real estate agents and loan officers, trying to help our clients understand why now is really the best time to buy. So I wanted to share that perspective with you, because while it does sound very enticing to have this $25,000 down payment grant for the people, it may not necessarily be the best thing. Because remember, first of all, there's plenty of down payment assistance programs out there right now that most everyone will qualify for. If they qualify for the grant, they definitely will qualify for the down payment assistance programs that are already in place, because I can promise you this grant is targeted to very specific low-income, underserved demographics, and it's going to have very restrictive income limits. It's not going to be what a lot of people are thinking it's going to be. And not only that, once the grant is available, there's going to be a massive influx of buyers going out to buy homes, which, as I said, is going to immediately start driving up the price of homes at an exponential rate because of all the new demand. So I think that is problematic, and people that are waiting for that to come to pass, if it does, are setting them up for a bad financial situation, because all the money that they save by getting this $25,000 grant, they're literally probably going to pay $25,000 more minimum for the homes that they buy by waiting. So that's my 2 cents. I wanted to share it. I'm not saying that there's any bad intent behind it, but I don't think it's going to work out as this awesome tool for homeownership like people think. The next thing is that, remember, to get a loan, you need 3 things besides the property. You need income, you need credit, and you need down payment. So the $25,000 grant, we'll just say, is taking care of the down payment part. We still have the credit part to address, but there's nothing we can do about that. But the income is a significant issue, and the economy is not the greatest right now. I know that there's a lot of positive reports coming out of the government right now. And again, I'm not making any political commentary, but it is an election season, so one would expect that. That would just be normal. But there's data that suggests that maybe the economy is not as great as we're being led to believe. And that's just how the data reads. So I'm just going to share a few things with you, because we may suddenly give all these people a whole lot of money for a down payment, but they still have to qualify for the loan. And if the economy is not great, if they can't afford to pay their bills, then we're still back at ground zero. So let me just share a little bit of quick data, and then you can take that and interpret it as you will and use it to share with your clients and prospects. So one of the big indicators is the multiple job holders data. So this goes all the way back to 2010. And as you can see, there's a gradual increase over the years. Then, of course, COVID, nobody had a job, right? And then after the COVID season was sort of waning down, it started to take off exponentially. And as the money from the government handouts was drying up, multiple jobs increased quite rapidly. And that's because at the same time, inflation was increasing rapidly because of all the money that we just finished handing out to pay people to stay home. So now we're at an all-time high. It's never been this high where people are holding more than one job at the same time to make ends meet. That's indicator number one. Next, here is the national rate of savings as a percentage of gross income. So you make so much money, and how much of that money that you make as a percentage is your savings. As you can see, taking out the COVID years, we are now at a 13-year low for savings. So people are saving much lower than is the norm. And that is, of course, because of inflation. That combined with credit card balances, you can see this is the credit card balances going all the way back to 2013, slow and steady growth until right about here where we hit the 40-year high of inflation in July of 2022. And then it takes off. And so credit card debt has never been higher in the United States than it is right now today. So what does all that mean? There's no absolute conclusion that you can draw, but you have people working multiple jobs, savings are at an all-time low, and credit card debt is at an all-time high. And I didn't show you the chart, but credit card delinquencies are also steadily increasing. So all of that says that people are having a very difficult time affording their bills, just as they currently are. How are they going to qualify to buy a house? So I'm just saying that as people have this, very romantic notion about the $25,000 federal grant, and I know that it's well-intentioned, but I'm just trying to get people to understand it may not work out actually like you think it's going to work out, because there's so many other factors to consider as well. And the best thing that people can do is to not postpone their home buying. Yeah, they might miss out on the $25,000 grant, but they can use another down payment assistance program and get in a home now and save themselves tens of thousands of dollars on sales price. And then we can always refinance the mortgage later when rates do come down, because we're offering free refinances to anybody that buys in 2024. So I think there's a better way to approach this, and hopefully we can help our clients and prospects understand this. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call me anytime. I'm always happy to talk. Thank you so much for watching. Please, huge favor, like the video, share the video, and have a wonderful day. Take care.